Thad Castle, better known as Reacher, and sometimes even known as Alan Ritchson, kicked the shit out of his neighbor in front of his own kids. Now, when this first came out a couple days ago, this wasn't a good look, especially because the victim came out and said that,
I'm an experienced motorcycle rider. I've been riding bikes all my life. I'd heard this incestuous revving and speeding through our neighborhood. And then there are numerous people in my neighborhood who caught all of this on Ring doorbells of him speeding through the neighborhood. And on Sunday, when I was cleaning my bike outside my house, he rode past once, twice, and on the second time I walked out in front of him and I said, "You've got to stop. Someone's going to get hurt." And it escalated quite quickly from there. I did push him because he was coming towards me on his bike. He did it again for a second time. I pushed him a second time. And I think the second time he got off his bike and
kicked the crap out of me.
which, spoiler, that's not true. Alan Ritchson is the good guy in this scenario. It seems like this guy just wanted to instigate and then go cry wolf all over Insider and TMZ so that he could sue, which if you're living in the same neighborhood as Alan Ritchson, which you know, even in this, you can see one of the houses in the background. Why the fuck do you want more money? Like, how much more could you possibly need? This is in a Nashville suburb. I mean, this is easily at least a $5 million home. How much more do you really need? And if that wasn't the case, if you just wanted your 5 seconds of fame, why would you let your 5 seconds of fame be somebody who's obviously much more physically fit than you?
Kick the crap out of me.
So I think he was trying to sue, and obviously he went on his worldwide media tour. And
oh, poor me. Oh, I was trying to do the right thing and keep the neighborhood safe.
And then today, Alan Ritchson's body cam came out. And that tells a very different story. So immediately we can see that he's going 21 miles an hour here. Now, sure, I guess he could have been speeding before that, because Ronnie says that he came around twice, but he's with his kids. So it looks like he's either trying to teach his kids how to ride, or he's just out with a stroll with them. I don't think that any father would go, hey, you know, let's rip it around the neighborhood at 50 miles an hour, right? Because even if your speed limit is 25 in a neighborhood and you're going like 35, 40, that's still not ridiculous. Maybe not in a tight residential, right? But on one of the main roads of your neighborhood, if you're going 35, like that's not a insane speed to go. But regardless, that point doesn't really matter. What matters is he steps right out in front of his bike and makes Alan dump the bike. Now, if you've never been on a motorcycle, you probably don't know this, but motorcycles are very, very hard to stop. It's not like a car where you can just slam on the brakes and it maybe skirts a little bit and the ABS takes over. ABS on motorcycles aren't that great, and that's assuming that his bike did have it. I'm sure it had ABS, but it's not that great. And when he steps right out in front of this motorcycle, I'm sure Alan immediately knows, oh, wonderful, I'm going to have to dump my bike now. The Reacher, not exactly somebody I would walk up to and slap just to show how strong and dominant I am. You know, not really somebody I would be too keen to piss off. This guy thought differently, I guess.
Are you fucking kidding me, bro? What? Stand in front of a fucking bike again, dude. But just what? You threatened my fucking safety, bro. Are you kidding me?
And given what happened, I think he was actually a lot cooler and a lot more level-headed than probably 90% of bikers would have been. I mean, you just walked out in front of the guy, you made him fall, you made him dump his bike. I mean, his paint job is fucked. That's another $500, $600, $700 that he's gonna have to shell out to get that paint job fixed.
I've called the BPD. I've called them already because you've been driving around this fucking neighborhood like a fucking lunatic. There's kids running around here. Go ahead. Are you drunk right now, bro? Go ahead. Are you drinking? Go ahead. Call the police. Out of your fucking mind, dude. Call the police. I'll fucking knock you out, bro. Right?
So obviously what he said on the TMZ interview and what the body cam shows tells two very different stories. And I don't know if you can hear over the stupid fucking music that The Independent decided to put over this, but Thad even asks, hey, are you drinking? Because he just can't believe this absolute buffoonery that's going on, which is a valid point. The way he's acting, it's not ridiculous to sit there and go, yeah, this guy might be a little drunk.
Fucking move, dude. No. You. Fucking out of your goddamn mind.
And then you can see he tries to get out of there. Old Ronnie gives him a little shove, and then Richardson just says, okay, fuck this. I'm gonna kick your ass now, which is totally valid. And the police even came out and said he's not gonna face any charges, which is, in fact, the right thing to do. You know, there's absolutely no reason that this guy should face any charges, but the unfortunate part about it is there are so many situations that the exact same thing happens, but there's no proof, there's no evidence. So the victim gets to sue and gets away with it because the other person either has to settle or they go to court and they lose, whatever it might be. But I personally think that is one of the scummiest things you could do. You know, you have to be a special kind of worm to actively try to fuck somebody out of their money. I mean, if you're going to try to fuck a corporation out of their money, right? I'm all for that. You know, if you slip on some spilt milk in Walmart, by all means, start screaming that your back hurts, right? But not some other guy. And I know that he probably has more money that he knows what to do with. But like I said earlier, from the looks of that house, it also looks like the dude trying to sue has more money than he knows what to do with. So, moral of the story, not only did this guy get the shit kicked out of him, he ran to TMZ to tell everybody that, yeah, this guy kicked the shit out of me and now nothing's gonna happen. So, you know, I guess, I don't know, man. I'm really struggling to find a moral for this. I don't know. Don't be a dipshit. Have a great day.